and this is Sea Life. Welcome back to my channel. Now this week has been a humdinger. I mean, we have been so busy, but you know, it's time for me to put on my apron and get started with my new recipe. I'm always choosing a new recipe to share with you guys, and I hope you enjoy this as much as I do, because I love looking up new recipes. And this week I kind of had a request from my son Jacob, who went, he loves to go to a Chinese restaurant and have that chicken made just like that. But of course he doesn't like the vegetables, he doesn't like anything else but the chicken. So he wanted me to figure out, and I think I may have found a recipe. Well, I've got my apron on and I borrowed my husband's glasses so I can read what I've jotted down here. When I saw it, I was so amazed to have found this recipe. So we're going to give this a try.
Oh, so this will be written in the description below.
Yes, yeah, we're going to actually try to write this all out in the description below for you as well. Okay, so here I have the ingredients, and we're going to start off with about a pound of chicken chunked about the size of a spoon, a little bit bigger. And we're going to have 1 cup of flour, 1 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of cornstarch. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be putting them into this bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 1 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic, and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, 2 eggs, and I'm going to be using later in the recipe, I will be using my olive oil in my pan, and I'm going to put some minced garlic and 1/2 cup of water, and that's going to make your dip. You mix that up and that makes your dip. It just mixes up very nicely, and it's kind of a thick dip. It looks like it's kind of something thick you kind of roll your chicken around in.
That should just be kind of gooey.
Yeah, it's going to be really gooey.
Almost like cake batter, huh?
Almost like a cake batter. And I had often wondered how they make this batter.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad to find that recipe. Okay, that's mixed up pretty good. And I can start just putting my chicken in. Give me a teaspoon and just... Okay, I'm just going to start taking 1 piece and covering it very well, and you know, just a couple pieces at a time, and just do small batches. I believe is going to be what you really want to do in this oil. Well, I've got this piece of chicken coated totally and completely, so we're just going to very carefully put it into the hot grease. Now that the grease is nice and warm, and I'm going to keep just very carefully dropping little pieces in. And you got to really stir it and make sure that coating really covers real good. put too many in at a time. Do it in small batches. Is what I'm finding. Just do it in small batches and make sure it's nice and brown on both sides. And you want some long-handled tongs. See, go checking and start turning them. Be sure you get them brown on both sides real good. And then take them out. I've got a little paper plate here with some paper towel. And I'm just going to take them out. Be sure you get the oil off and set them on there. And just set them to the side until the next step, which is to saute your minced garlic and your butter. And this is where your butter part of this recipe comes in. These are so fluffy and pretty. I am amazed.
Okay, we got the butter on 6 on the heater, and it is beginning to melt. It's about halfway melted.
And I'm just getting the last batch done over here in the
She's getting the last few pieces of
deep fried
chicken fried up, and we're gonna put it in a sauce, I guess.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly it. It's a butter garlic sauce.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to try and kind of guess how much a whole clove would be. And that looks about good. And I'm going to saute that garlic in this butter. Got it on 6. I think I'll turn it down just a little. I need to go down and not up. But anyhow, and I'm sauteing that garlic in that butter. That minced garlic. And that really, oh, that smells amazing already. And so that is kind of a sauce. So now that that's looking pretty good, I'm going to start transferring this chicken into it and rolling it around. Just small batches again. And I need a spatula or something here. Let's see. There we go. This will be perfect. This little spoon. And you just want to be sure they're nicely covered. You can put them on a different plate and get ready to serve them. Jacob came to help me so nicely, so this is kind of cool.
Speed up the process a bit.
Just covering it, each piece, in that little sauce, and making sure it's got nicely covered, and putting them on the serving plate for our special dinner tonight. And they look perfect. I think this is exactly the recipe I was looking for. I'm going to try this chicken. I've got my spoonful, but I'm going to try it. Let's see if I can get it just right.
That is a pretty good deal right now.
Oh my word, you guys. This is some really good chicken.